right, we're live. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're live and lively here in 2021. I'm Trish da Dish from the Weekly Dish, and Mana'o Radio and I are presenting Mana'o at Home. This is episode number 27. We're back, baby. We took a little time off for the holidays and to regroup, and we're really excited to present another live talk story and music streaming experience that supports our Maui musicians during these dark days in the music scene. Very excited to have you. Don't forget, if you're just tuning in and you didn't get to see the live feed completely, it's always online at mana'oradio.com/mana'o-at-home. Or you can go to IG, or we even have a YouTube page now. That's right. Big deal. Very excited to welcome back to the team, Cody Quintana, who has been my tech wizard. And he did a couple shows with me. There's his thumb. He did Benny Uetake's show in November, and I fell back in love with him as a wizard, and I had to hire him, or at least enlist him in some way. I think I'm going to pay him in sushi, so we'll see what happens. We're very excited to have him and Gus and Seta and the whole crew there. They're up in Haiku at their studio, and we're about to present a really exciting show. I know a lot of you are big fans of these guys, and I'm becoming more of a fan every moment I talk to them. We have an ukulele virtuoso and his groovy dad, the coolest cat ever. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Andrew and Jay Molina!
Aloha.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having us,
How
Trish.
you guys doing? Good to see you, Trish. How you doing?
Yeah, it's nice to be outside of our living room.
Nice to be out of the house.
That's right. Well, I'm in my home, my living room, but my kitchen kind of, office kitchen. You know how that works in Paia.
Yeah.
But you guys are, this is the home studio, so we're going to call this home. And we're really happy to have you. I bet it feels nice to be out of Kihei and get up country in the jungle.
Yeah,
And
a little cooler up here.
Definitely. Much needed.
And, Andrew, I've been watching your live streams, and I'm a big fan. And I know you have a podcast coming out, which we'll be talking about more very soon. So maybe today you can learn a few tips when it comes to the Zoomology, as I like to call it. And you have your dad there on bass and also be playing guitar. And I just can't wait to learn more about you and share, all of our thoughts and ideas and our Mana'o with Maui and beyond. So don't forget, guys, this is a gig. So see that cute little pineapple right there? That's his tip jar. So if you go to Venmo and you put @ShadowOok, you can tip the talent. I'm sure he'll share with Jay. And then also, if you want to tip Cody, who has been volunteering his time as well as the tech, you can Venmo him as well at CQ Audio. So don't forget, this is all 100% volunteer, 100% listener supported. Mana'o Radio, I can't thank them enough. And Michael Elam for convincing me to do this show last May. He called me in LA. He's like, let's do this. And I was like, let's do this. So now I'm back home on Maui and my energy's high, and I'm so happy to present these gentlemen. So enough yippity yap from me. Let's get some live music. All right. What do you got for us, Andrew and Jay?
All right, we're going to open up with the first track of the new record, and this one's entitled Resurrection.
Woo!
Wow.
That's wow.
Thank
Giddy
you.
up. That is the way to start the show. Yay!
Yeah, we
Oh
want
my
something with a little energy.
uh,
Gotta.
that was great. And then
Oh, thank
Jay
you.
on the bass line is just like, woo. This is my new favorite thing. Ukulele and bass.
And
Like
bass. Oh,
seriously, all
good.
the time. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, it works well together.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, right
definitely.
One
on.
plays the lows and one plays the highs.
Yeah, it's everything you want because you got the energy and then you got the the smooth. So it's wonderful. Um, and you've been playing since you were 13, right, Andrew? That's when you first picked
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah, so like my friends, they were into ukulele, just they picked it up when they were kids, and even my mom, she showed me like it was like a little picking thing on ukulele, and yeah, they just started. My friend would come over and he would teach me every Fridays because he would I think he would have ukulele class that day, and then we would just hang out, and then my mom taught us some stuff, and he taught me some like local songs, and that's kind of just how it all began. Just like it's just an activity with some of my friends.
Oh, I'm surprised your father didn't put drumsticks in your hand or a guitar or something in your hand earlier. He probably wanted to, but you naturally were drawn to the ook, which is beautiful. And now it's like I can't see you without one. It's like your arm. It's an
Yeah.
extension of you.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Just for me, it was always something about the ukulele just kind of pulled me towards it, and even to this day, I've never graduated to guitar or played any other instruments, but I try to get as much as I can with the limitations of the ukulele that I have, and I have a lot of I have a great time doing it. Just the challenge of try to come up with these unique arrangements on just one ukulele. So I have a blast doing that.
Well, I've been having a blast watching your videos. You're all about accuracy. And I love this one video I just watched recently where you're like, let's play both parts.
Oh
And you
yeah,
were
yeah,
able,
yeah.
I love that. That's a journey. That's like you're already in. Like you've accepted like this is who you are. It's just so wonderful. I like how you said it's how you play it, not what you
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because you
it's
can
great.
just, it's kind of like how you say something, right? It's just if the emotion is there, it's not really what you play, it's how you play. And I think that's very, very important, especially for the younger musicians out there.
Oh, wonderful. Well, we're going to learn more about you and your travels and what's coming up in 2021. Let's get some more music because that was just too fun. We need more.
All right, all
Thanks
right.
for being here and tuning into Manao at Home. Aloha.
Mahalo. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dream on.
Arrangements on ukulele, I think.
What a beautiful song. Wow. I've never heard a rendition like that. So applause to you. That's really beautiful.
Maybe
Oh,
maybe
wow.
one day Steven Tyler will hear it and come sing it with us.
Oh,
Yeah, that would be great.
he's in McKenna. We can make it happen.
Yeah,
Yep,
I know.
I'm sure I'll invite him to a show. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Put it on the vision board for
There you
2021. Andrew, it's so nice to hear you play. I've just been watching your videos, big fan. Came back from LA. I know it's been really hard for you, but you've been sharing online, you've been teaching. You're usually touring right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think everybody, all of the
Mhm.
musicians lost everything last year, and we had plans to go to the UK, Ireland, Memphis, China, and in the span of the third weekend of March, I think we
Everything
lost it.
everything blew up.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
kind of devastating. So at the beginning of the whole pandemic, I had a really, really hard time adjusting. And I just like, oh, I'm wasting all this time, and I couldn't refocus my vision, and it was pretty tough.
Mhm. But you had just released Evolve, which is your third record. So I'm sure that was even doubly frustrating because you're like,
Oh
look, my
yeah,
third album. Oh, okay. I'll just.
yeah. It was supposed to be perfectly timed right before the
Oh,
tour.
yeah,
So
I know how that is. Oh, shoot. Well, I believe that you've been making good of your time. You tell me you were teaching, you've been developing. We'll be talking more about the academy, which I really, really was excited to hear about. But I'm really happy to hear that you're teaching, which we were talking a little bit about yesterday, and what an impact that has on you. Tell me a little bit about that, because when I'm listening to you, I hear dynamics, like you're very, like, that's like, you can't really teach that. They have to kind of, they have to learn the whole picture, and how do you do that
yeah,
with your students? How do
right.
you,
So that's actually a topic I like to actually teach a workshop whenever I travel and do my tours. Dynamics are super important because I mean, like kind of going back to what you were saying earlier about don't just play it. It's how you play it, and a lot of times it comes out very mechanical if you're just maybe if you're reciting off tabs or if you just play it. It's just kind of like talking monotone, like okay, today I'm gonna go to the beach versus I'm gonna go to the beach today. It's kind of that same thing. You want to put emotion even in, like if you put it in your speech when you're talking, you might as well play it with your ukulele as well. So dynamics are very, very important, and it shouldn't be overlooked. But I think yeah, so even with the set list is dynamic, and just the way you orchestrate your picking and your chords, dynamics are very important.
oh, wonderful. Well, let's hear more of those dynamics live, shall we? Thanks for being here, guys. We're on Manao at Home with Andrew Molina and Jay Molina. Woo! This is so exciting. I always feel like I'm still in an audience because I'm like a party of one over here. Thanks for tuning in. Aloha.
Mahalo.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
God,
Mahalo.
that was, they're going crazy over here, guys. You can't
Oh, okay,
see it,
good.
but you know, I'm trying to throw them off my shoulders. They're invisible. But oh, this is so great. Thank you guys so much. Are you guys having fun? I'm
Oh
having
yeah, it's this is such a nice change.
fun.
Anytime we get to play music, we have fun.
Yeah, like I mean, we gotta admit, for a couple months, like I don't think we played any music just because.
You
I
just
mean,
look
just
at each other
focusing.
every day like, hi. Have
Yeah,
you watched
yeah. Just like, should
Netflix?
we
What
play?
are you watching on Netflix? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, a lot of Netflix,
Oh, right on.
a lot of Hulu, a lot of Disney.
Oh, I love Disney Plus. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
know. Yep.
The movie Soul is really sweet. Um, Andrew, you released your first record in 2014, which was
I
a
think.
final. It says, yeah, 2014. So what were you? You were like 20 years old?
Yeah, I think I started working on when I was
Jeez.
like maybe 19, something like that.
Wow. That's so impressive. And it was
Yeah. Oh my
nominated for
gosh.
a Hoku,
Yeah, yeah.
Ukulele Album of the Year. And then your other album, second album, was nominated for a Hoku. And now Evolve, which will be nominated. If
I
I
guess we'll
can,
find out
We
in a
hope.
couple of
Hara, are
months.
you listening? Yeah. Hara, what's up? um, but how exciting! I know it's, you know, you put out this album. I love reading about your journey because you're also composing a lot of the songs yourself. Are you all the working with other artists, but you know, you really have taken the seat and, you know, you're composing a lot of the music. What does that feel like, you know, working with these artists? I mean, we'll talk about Jake in a little bit, but you know, it's really beautiful. I bet you have, I mean, you're so sweet, but you have this great confidence. And where do you get that? You know, to
Um,
be able to step into that role like, no, I got this.
right. I think it's just a sure belief in myself, and that's something I kind of just discovered even at the young age of 14 or 15 years old. And I remember I would I would say to some of my classmates like, oh, you know, when I grow up, I'm gonna travel the world and play ukulele, and and they thought I was like nuts. But I really did dream about it, and for me, it was never a if, it was more of a when. And I think that just came down to confidence in myself and my abilities, and it just went to another level when I actually started studying music theory and how just everything works, and that was only like 4 years ago. So after that, I mean, I gained a new confidence, and I was more comfortable to play with other musicians because I can communicate with them now versus before. It just kind of developed my ear, because when I was growing up, and that's why kids these days have such an advantage, is that they have YouTube, right? They have these tutorials. But back, I hate to
Right?
say it, but back in my middle school days, there
Isn't
was a
he
CD
cute back
player.
in my
No
age?
YouTube.
Yeah, yeah, and I would just rewind that thing over and over. And even when YouTube came out, you could see if his hands was over here or over here. You couldn't figure out the chord, so that's the only clue that I had back then. But I think just developing the ear and finding the confidence recently. And for me, performing is my passion. Teaching is, I love teaching too, but it's more my secondary. You know, I love being in front of a crowd. And it's crazy because growing up, I was super. My dad will tell you this, but I was super, super shy, right? Like, I'd always be at the back of the classroom hiding because I didn't want to do my book report in front of everybody because I'd be shame, yeah. And yeah, and
You
once I
probably had
found the
the best book report.
yeah, no, and then I started incorporating the ukulele into book reports after I started enjoying them. So it's just kind of funny, like how the thing I used to fear the most is actually the thing I enjoy the most now in my older
Wow,
age.
that's beautiful. Speaking of touring the world, we were talking yesterday about some of your favorite countries. You were touring, we were talking about Ireland and
Oh yeah.
Austria and Shanghai, and tell me a little bit about what it's like, you know, being a Maui boy, born and raised and Baldwin graduate,
Yeah.
and then going to these big stages and having like this, you know, Beatle-esque fanship, you know, where they're like, yeah, they get so
Yeah,
excited. What
no,
does that feel like?
it's I don't know, it's so different, you know, like just from here, it's like I think sometimes the ukulele is just it's very, very common here. So it's just like, oh, you know, everyone got an ukulele like in their closet or something. But there it's just like it's some mystical instrument. So when they hear it, it's become a thing. So even when I go to Ireland and we do a show in a tiny little pub in the heart of Dublin, and just the energy. was just roaring throughout that little pub, and we're just like, wow, this
And it was
is
like,
something.
yeah, it's like a small room, and it was like 200 people crowded in
Yeah.
there, all
It
playing
was kind of like the
ukulele.
size of this room, actually.
Yeah, like this room,
And it
and
was,
and they're crowded, and they're all playing ukulele.
yeah. And then when we went to China, I was just like, all these people were like, oh yeah, like that's the most I ever had to sign stuff, and I was just like, wow, this is crazy. I don't know, it's just so different, but I could definitely get used to that, I guess.
Yeah, right now, China is the biggest market for ukulele.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you're big in China. I mean,
yeah,
are you practicing your autograph now?
yeah, a little bit. That still has work to do though.
Jay, I bet it's surreal to be on tour with your son and just be, all these experiences. I mean,
Yeah, it's really good. It's real fun. I mean, we do a lot of bonding on tour, and I mean, I'm the bass player, the guitar player, the tour manager, the
you're the
driver,
manager for sure.
the
Yeah.
roadie, the sound tech, whatever, the video guy. Well, it's fun though. We have a lot of fun, and I'm glad I get to share music with Andrew. Because when I was growing up, my dad played music also. He had a band called the Molina Brothers Orchestra,
Oh,
and
wonderful.
all his brothers played together. They started back in the 30s, and they played in a big band. And my dad played up all the way up until he was probably 81 or 82 years old. He was still playing, and I got to play with him when I was when I was going to high school. I was playing in a rock band, and he would say, "Come on, come play with us." And I'm going, "No, I don't want to play that old fart music." He said, "No, no, come on, you're gonna go play." And then he dragged me along, and it's funny because later on, as I grew older, I'd go play these gigs, and with these older guys, all these jazz guys, and they go, "How do you know all these jazz songs? You're like a little kid." And I go, "Well, because I used to go. My dad used to drag me along to his gigs, and that's how I learned all these songs. And I recognized them, when these guys would call off a song, and I go, 'Oh yeah, I know that one.' He goes, 'How do you know that song?' I go, 'Oh, I played with my dad.'"
Oh,
So
you
yeah,
guys are blessed with musical DNA. I tell you.
yeah, 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 and just carrying on the legacy.
Oh,
Uh,
wonderful. Well, I'm so happy to have you both here. Oh, Malao at home returns. What a show to
yeah.
return on. This is fantastic. It's a family affair, as Sly says. Don't forget, this is a gig for our artists. Please Venmo at Shadow Ook. And also mahalo to Cody, who we love so
Yeah,
much.
Cody.
Yeah, Cody, he's the
Cody and the
man.
crew.
Right.
We got Cody
Cody's
and the
got an
crew here.
entire entourage. I love him so much. And Gus is there. I know he's doing a lot of work. Gus the dog.
Yeah.
But you can tip
Hey, the
Cody
mascot.
at CQ Audio on Venmo. We'll give you some more shout outs later as well. Let's get some more music. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Aloha.
Or we're gonna slow things down with a ballad off of the new record. This one's entitled Chance Encounter.
Thank you. Mahalo.
Thank you.
That was really beautiful. I got all emotional. That was tender.
Oh, thank you.
I'm verklempt. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh my goodness. Andrew, Jay, thank you so much for being here. This is so
Oh,
fantastic.
thank you so much for
Thank you
having
for
me.
having us.
Oh, you're so welcome. Uh, I want to talk a little bit about, I mean, obviously you are your own fantastic artist, Andrew, but I didn't even know that Jake was your mentor, Jake Shimabukuro. It was really interesting to read. And how did that come together? How did he
Yeah, I
take
mean,
you under his wing, this
well,
Superman?
he was never like a ukulele teacher, but over the years he's given me guidance, and I mean, he was the man, when I was in middle school and high school, and I was just like, and he was the reason why I was like, wow, ukulele has so many doors that I've never seen before. Because before that, I thought it only can play Hawaiian music, but
Somewhere
once
over
I
the rainbow, right?
right, some of the rainbow stuff like that. I mean that's cool, but for me, it was just the variety that I saw him do with some of the arrangements that he's done and the originals. I was just like, oh, I gotta continue with that style, because it was just so fascinating, and possibilities are limitless. So even today, like when I have new songs, I always strive for variety and try to showcase the full potential of the ukulele, and that's kind of what I learned from Jake, and he's been an awesome friend over the years, and it's cool being able to call one of your idols your friends.
Right. And at the same time, I love that he appeared on your album as well. You're
Yeah, that was cool, and that's like a vision I had when I was in I think I was in high school. Like, oh, that'd be so cool if he could be in one of my CDs,
I'm sure
and it
he's charmed
happened.
by you. I'm sure he finds you, at the end of the day, there's so many of, it's a mutual respect, I'm sure,
Yeah,
which is really beautiful.
for
And I love
sure.
that we just said the possibilities on Ook. I had a lot of fun looking recently at one of your videos. You played the Super Mario Brothers intro
Oh yeah, yeah,
and the Game
yeah,
of Thrones,
yeah.
all the way to Mozart.
Right. So it's just like I like just to have a lot of variety in my set list, and just do some of that stuff. I think it's a lot of fun, and I love seeing the reaction, especially if it's like a non-ukulele crowd.
Absolutely.
They think they're gonna hear like ABC store kind music. Yeah.
No, that's funny. Well, I mean, Ocean Vodka did pick you up, and that was really
Oh
cool.
right. Yeah, yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I know. It's so interesting. You're 20, 27,
28.
28. Okay. Hey, it's not bad. That's a good age.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's so beautiful because you have such a good head on your shoulders. And I'm sure that's from, your father and also your friends and just your experience. But wow, I mean, I can't imagine speaking to you in 20 years. Like, it's
Oh
just
my
really
gosh.
beautiful where you are as an artist. And way to be humble and happy, and congratulations. Like,
Thank you.
this is exciting, it's a joy to watch you play. So let's hear some more. How
All
about
right.
it? Thanks for being here, guys. I'm Manao at home with Andrew Molina and Jay Molina.
All right, Trish. Since you mentioned it, let's give it a go. Here we go. Game of Thrones on ukulele.
journey. Yeah, you got
All
a
you Game
round
of
of
Thrones
applause.
fans like us.
That's always a fun one to throw in.
I just got taken through the beginning, how it builds up that was perfect. You made me visualize, like, that was great. What a treat. Thank you. I didn't mean to force that upon you, but
No, it was a good idea.
okay, good.
He actually gets requests for it.
Oh, wonderful,
All
wonderful.
the time.
Oh, wonderful. Are you a house? Who's your house? No, I'm just kidding.
Um,
No. You're not a
Tyrion.
Lannister. Yeah. You're more of a Bren. Just kidding. You're a nice guy. I want to give a shout out to Bridget Toolin and Kenya Simmons, who are doing the videos. So much love to them.
Hey.
This is like a team effort. This sounds impeccable. Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Seta. Oh, this has just really been a great show. I'm looking forward to hearing more what's going on with you, Andrew. You said you're going to be releasing an online ukulele school.
Yes, hopefully in a few months. I've been working hard on academy with some just videos and just helping educate, and yeah, it's gonna be lots of fun. So I'll have more details in the coming months, but it's something I've been working on since October. I've been putting a lot of work into videos, editing, and just letting it come together. So it's gonna be very good.
And you're also developing a podcast as well called AM Ukulele.
Yes, so the AM Ukulele podcast will be coming sometime in March, and that's where I'm going to be talking story with some of your favorite ukulele performers all around the world. So that's going to be also a fun one.
Oh, wonderful. Yay. Well, I hope you see Derek Sebastian and Vince Esquire, maybe Garrett Prost, the Maui boys.
Yeah.
Maybe Peter. Oh, that would be great. Oh, how fun. Well,
Definitely.
We only have 10 minutes left. This is crazy. It went too fast.
Time flies when you're having fun, right?
Shoots, right? I'm having the best time. I'm like twirling around in my chair. I'm having a dance party here by myself.
We're having a great time too.
Oh, wonderful. And Jay, you're no slouch over there. I remember meeting you. I mean, you're a legend, but I met you, I think 10 years ago at Stella Blues. You were doing
with
shows
Slam.
with
We were there with Slam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was a great band.
Radio show with
playing some fun music.
David Choi, and I remember thinking, because I moved here from Chicago, and I was just like, yes, jazz, funk, it's alive on the night.
Yeah, that was a fun band. We were doing some really cool music, and we actually had a crowd. People came see us every week. We were there every Wednesday.
Oh, I remember, and you guys worked so hard, and it was
a lot of rehearsing in that band. Everything had to be pretty tight.
Yeah. Well, David Choi, he was like.
And David Choi, yeah. David's pretty intense. Yeah. He's a pretty intense guy.
Rest in peace. He's a.
So everybody had to be on their toes.
Yes. Well, I'm so happy to have you today. It's interesting. I booked Andrew, and then you were like this beautiful package deal, and I was like, shoots, I could do 2 shows with the Molinas. This is fantastic. So. Thank you so much for being here. What are we going to hear next?
Thank you. Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. What are we going to hear next? Here we go.
So this is another arrangement that I have on the new album, and I was just thinking, I think it'd be kind of cool to do a Jimi Hendrix tune, and this is something my mom wanted me to learn for the longest time. So here is a little ukulele version of Little Wing.
fantastic.
Little Jimi Hendrix.
We're big fans over here, so heart, my heart.
Thank you.
If you weren't going to play Zeppelin, you should play Hendrix. So well done.
Yep.
Oh, that was so fantastic. Oh, thank you guys so much for being here. It's almost the end of the show. I think, do you have one more? Can we do a Hana Ho?
Yeah, we got one more.
Okay, before we Hana Ho, I want to talk a little bit about the Pathfinder Ook. Okay.
You want to try
I love this. Disgusting. Thank you guys for tuning in to Mana'o at Home. I'm Trish da Dish. If you're just tuning in, don't forget you can go to Mana'o Radio YouTube. We're also on Instagram and mana'oradio.com/mana'o-at-home. And Andrew and Jay will be up there forever.
Forever and ever.
Forever and ever. And don't forget to tip the talents. We have Cody Quintana on the wheel right now. Thank you, Cody. Beautiful camera.
Yeah, Cody.
Thumbs up for Cody. You can tip him at CQ Audio on Venmo. And also don't forget to tip the Molinas at Shadow Ook on Venmo. Thank you guys for being here. Before our last Hana Ho, I want to talk a little bit about that Pathfinder Ook.
Oh.
Let's talk about that little guy.
Okay.
I have dreams about him. Okay. It sounds like an ook, but plays like a guitar. Explain.
It's pretty much it's an ukulele. It's tuned to an ukulele, and unlike the guitar, you only have 4 strings. But the approach and the way you just approach the picking and bends is pretty much like a guitar. So for me, as I said before, I'll never graduate to guitar, but this is a fun way for me to just kind of dip into that realm.
The bridge.
So when I was always curious about it. So even I saw that there was available a company called Flight Ukulele, based in Slovenia, and I contacted them because I met them at NAM, and they let me try the Pathfinder uke, and I was like, wow, this thing is really cool. And the first day, I felt like I was learning a completely new instrument. Yeah, I know the notes on the fretboard, but the touch and the feel is completely different, more like a guitarist, electric guitarist. So
yeah, steel string.
Yeah, so it was hard, but I love challenges like that. So that's why I had such a blast. I'm still having a blast learning it. I'm still beginner phase with that ukulele, but it's really cool, and I definitely recommend it, especially if you don't want to hold a big electric guitar. This is like a ukulele version.
Well, if you follow Andrew on Instagram or his Facebook pages, you can watch those videos. I've really been enjoying them. Or go to andrewmolina.ukulele.com. Is that your
AndrewMolinaUkulele.com, yes.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, Hana Ho, let's do this. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, what a great
Thank you,
show.
Trish, for letting us be on. Thank you, Cody and the crew, for giving us just an awesome vibe here and atmosphere. And just the camera work is just exceptional. We're going to end with...
Thanks, guys.
And we're going to end with an original tune. And this one's off my New Journey CD. This one's, and it's fitting because, you know, we're on Maui. So here's one entitled Surfing at Jaws.
Paul.
Ladies and
Thank
gentlemen.
you. Thank you very much, you guys.
What a beautiful original song. What a perfect ending to this fantastic journey. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Molina and Jay Molina.
Mahalo, you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks, Trish.
Oh, thank you so much. Mahalo to Cody and his fantastic team. Wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
Team Cody.
Oh, I love you guys. This is so wonderful. We're live from Maui, Hawaii. You can follow this on Mana'o Radio. Go to mana'oradio.com. It's on YouTube, Facebook, IG. You guys are going to be everywhere. I mean, you're already everywhere, but this episode. Thank you so much, Andrew. How can we follow you on Facebook or social media?
You can find me on Facebook, Andrew Molina, and on Instagram, I'm Maui Ukulele. And at my website, andrewmolinaukulele.com.
Wonderful. Jay, so nice to have you, sir.
Good to see you, Trish. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having me. I mean, I asked Andrew and he wanted to do the first show, and I was like, yes. Yes.
Oh, man, yeah. This is the first show of 2021?
Yeah, it's the first show of 2021.
Cool.
I offered him February and March, and he's like, no, February 4th. I was like,
yeah.
I love this.
There you go. Right.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to tip the talents. Mana'o Radio, I love you. I'm Trish da Dish from the Weekly Dish. We'll be returning in 2 weeks with Sarah Jelly. Yeah, Sarah Jelly, singer-songwriter. And then following, we're going to have Cuppa, which is actually Seta and Cody. Aloha, guys. And then following that, we'll be having Anthony Fluke, which is another fantastic ukulele player. So, oh man, what a great show. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for following Mana'o and supporting this volunteer radio effort. And I'm Trish da Dish. I'll see you soon. Keep it real for the homeschool, all right? All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Mahalo to the Molinas. I'll see you soon.
Okay.
Peace, love. Aloha.
Take care now.
Thank you.
Love you.
Woo! Awesome!